Hello, it's Mac here, and today I'm going to talk about the Cunning Stunts DLC being too wacky, and this DLC not being realistic, and sort of a few complaints that have been going around the community whenever Rockstar announced Cunning Stunts. So, as you probably know, the Cunning Stunts trailer came out, and it was uploaded to the Rockstar YouTube channel, and pretty much it looks pretty nice, at least in my opinion. And this is coming from somebody who doesn't really do that many stunt races. I don't do that many stunt races. Every now and again, if I do get on one, I'll probably play it. But I don't actively look for them. And they're not my favorite thing to do in GTA Online. However, I'm a little bit hyped about this DLC, I'll be honest. And we'll have to wait and see how this DLC is going to play out. But from what they showed off in the trailer, I think it actually looks pretty nice. Now, one of the complaints, though, that I've seen going around, and one of the talking points about this DLC, is that it is too unrealistic, which is one of the things that I noticed about this trailer and the screenshot that they showed off. It doesn't make sense, you know, and I feel like that's kind of one of the sort of appeals, but at the same time, it's kind of something that some people may not like if they like their GTA to be more grounded and be more serious. And, you know, you look at these, you know, ramps that are just floating in midair, you know, these roads and these loops and stuff that are just floating in midair where people are, you know, doing jumps and, you know, there's rings of fire and stuff. It doesn't really, you know, it's not serious, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But personally, I don't mind that too much. And I feel like it kind of makes sense that some people would not mind it, because GTA, while it's not exactly the most serious game out there, although it is more serious than some other games out there, and it tries to strike this fine line of it's serious and it's kind of realistic, but at the same time it's not like realistic in the sense of it's exactly like real life. You know, it's sort of a parody of real life in a lot of ways. However, it does have some realistic elements. It's not something like what you'd see in, say, Saints Row or something. And, you know, I guess that is something that a lot of people would say. A lot of people were comparing this DLC whenever they saw the trailer to Saints Row or, you know, Mario Kart or Trackmania or something like that. And other games that are not serious and they don't take themselves serious. And then you look at GTA, which in a lot of times it does look pretty serious. And I feel like on one hand, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, I don't really mind it too much. It's not going to bother my enjoyment of this DLC. And honestly, I can kind of look past, you know, the wackiness of this DLC and sort of the unrealistic nature that it has. I can kind of look past that and just sort of go, well, if it's fun and the races are good, then I think it will be enjoyable. And it kind of shows that the community is so big that it's kind of difficult to appeal to everybody, right? While I personally loved Finance and Felony, I think it's one of the best DLCs in GTA Online, I think a lot of people didn't like it. You know, if they are fans of racing, or if they, you know, do other things in GTA that aren't free roam, they're probably not going to like the DLC. Some people probably hated the LTS update. Personally, I kind of didn't like it at first, but whenever you start to realize, you know, how many jobs that are amazing that have been made with the LTS creator, it's just, I personally like it. And, you know, you have to think that, you know, it's a little bit difficult for Rockstar to add in some of these DLCs that appeal to one set of the community. Some people are asking, why don't they add, say, a biker DLC? And the reason is because that only appeals to one part of the community. And how are you going to do a biker DLC and add in things that appeal to the racing community? Really, you're not going to be able to do that, because bikers, you know, what, you're going to have a few bikes here and there, but they're not really going to be that great in racing and stuff. So it's not really going to appeal to part of that community. You know, the weapons probably won't be that great. So that's not going to appeal to any people that, you know, like combat in GTA. And also some people are, you know, asking for a low-end DLC, but then that doesn't really appeal to anybody who has a lot of money in GTA and wants to flaunt their cash. So I feel like Rockstar has to sort of walk a fine line where they can appeal to everybody, but at the same time, that's kind of difficult to do, especially with a DLC that is so centered around racing, like Cunning Stunts. And I feel like a lot of people may not like Cunning Stunts. If they don't like racing in GTA, especially, you know, stunt racing and stuff like that, they're not going to like Cunning Stunts. And I understand that, because I don't do that much racing in GTA, I'll be honest. But I'm not opposed to it, and especially stunt racing. I don't do it much, but I will still sometimes play it if I ever do get into a good stunt race. And I feel like Rockstar does have to walk a fine line whenever they put in these DLCs. They kind of have to also appeal to other people. Will this Cunning Stunts DLC appeal to everybody? No. You know, people that just do free roam all day, they're probably not going to like this DLC. People that do death matches, they're probably not going to like this DLC because it's probably not going to add any new weapons, which is one disappointment that I already have, because it's probably not going to add any new weapons, which, you know, as somebody who does GTA 5 gun guide and stuff, that's a little disappointing, because I feel like they should add new weapons and stuff like that. However, this is not what the DLC appeals for. People that, you know, like, say, doing the finance and felony stuff, they're probably not going to like this DLC. If they really like, you know, being a CEO and stuff, and doing free roam, they're probably not going to like this DLC because they're probably not going to enjoy it, and they're probably not going to do races in GTA. Getting back on topic to if this DLC is too out there, if it's not grounded enough, I feel like you could also argue the fact that GTA kind of doesn't want to be like Trackmania, or it doesn't want to be like Mario Kart, where it wants to be its own thing. But then that's kind of a little bit difficult, because if you made every race in GTA serious, then it would also be compared to Forza, it would be compared to Gran Turismo, and it would be compared to Need for Speed, and all these other games that sort of have serious racing, or more serious racing, where it's not super, like, stunt oriented. But then if they do, you know, add in these sort of stunt vehicles and these stunt races and stuff, then people are going to compare it to Mario Kart, or they're going to compare it to other games like that.
They released the trailer for GTA 6. Like, it's confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It looks like they're using legitimate cars too. Like, there was a Mustang in the trailer, and it actually had like the logo and everything.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So really, you can't win, and I feel like that's something that Rockstar has already realized, that the best way that they could improve racing in GTA is to not make it one thing. You know, you go play Forza, you're not going to find stunt races like GTA. You go play Mario Kart, you're not going to find serious racing like in GTA. So I feel like since there is this sort of disconnect between these two sets of communities, even if they're in the racing community, a lot of people that do stunt races in GTA, they don't do more serious racing in GTA, whereas the people that do serious racing in GTA, they don't do the stunt races as much. So we'll have to wait and see how this DLC is. Is it too wacky in my opinion? Not really. It's more wacky than other DLCs, sure. Like, I guess Finance and Felony isn't really realistic, but it does feel more serious. And if you look at, you know, all the trailers and all the promotional material for really every DLC out there, it's more serious. But then, you know, I don't mind that Rockstar is trying to add in a DLC that's different, which is what this DLC really is. As much as I don't really do much stunt racing in GTA, I do admit that this DLC is going to be different, because really, you know, I feel like sometimes some people say that, oh, you know, Ill-Gotten Gains was just High Life 2.0. Or you could say Finance and Felony is just Executives Under Criminals 2.0. And I feel like over the past few months, I feel like Rockstar has sort of, maybe not ran out of ideas, but they have been reusing DLC ideas and sort of redoing them, in a sense. You know, you look at Lowriders Custom Classics, one of the main complaints is that really we don't need new lowriders. You know, it was just kind of a little bit lazy, I guess you could say. And that is a complaint that I do see. So anyways, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Are you excited for Cunning Stunts? And do you think that it's not serious enough? And do you think that'll be something that deters people from playing Cunning Stunts or enjoying Cunning Stunts? Or do you think that it's not a big deal and that the game can be however wacky that it wants? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Hope you enjoy. Feedback, subscription. I'll see you guys in the next video.
What lap are we on? I didn't even go.
Last lap coming up.
positions there. I don't even know what happened. I
Oh
think I got
man, I
second.
came in last. I was first, and then I got spun out right at the end. I thought I was safe.
We're 3 wide coming into that. I went just enough to the outside. I got second.
Yeah, I got last. Because I went flying. Oh man. 0 to 0 in like a second. Woo! What a race. No biggie. Whatever, man. You got lucky, you little bitch. Fucking can't race worth a shit. Whatever.